Study says are two of the most powerful words in journalism because you can write pretty much whatever you want in front of those words in a headline and people will take it as the gospel truth. For instance, I could say, It's a Wonderful Life is the most overrated film of all time, study says. Bam, see? Believable. I mean, it's believable because it's true, but it's also more believable because a study seems to say it, even though there is no study. Which brings us to a headline that I recently read in The Independent, a fairly respectable newspaper. And the headline read, and I quote, "Celebrity feminists are making people care less about women's rights," study claims. Oh dear, if a study claims it, it must be true. The article explains that Jitendra Sedef carried out a study over 2 years involving 6,000 adults around the world, showing that, and I quote, "If a celebrity hasn't demonstrated their commitment to the feminist cause before speaking out about it, 80% of people won't buy their feminist credentials." Hold on, actually that's quite reasonable and doesn't track at all with the headline. Also, according to the article, apparently 20% of people reported that they care more about feminism thanks to a celebrity speaking out about it, which is also quite a positive. It's also interesting to note that the article reports 30% of people in the study cared less about feminist issues specifically because of Taylor Swift. I find it fascinating for 3 reasons. One, because feminism is generally understood by feminists to be the concern of women's equality. And if you care less about women's equality because of one woman you don't like, what does that say about your values in the first place? Number 2, this makes me wonder exactly what definition of feminism Sedef used in his research. That's really important. Was he asking people about women's equality, or was he asking about the particular brand of white feminism that people like Taylor Swift pay lip service to while being criticized constantly by intersectional feminists? Finally, it makes me wonder how 30% of all respondents both know who Taylor Swift is and care that much about what she has to say, considering that Sedef claims the research spanned at least 4 continents, including Southeast Asia and Latin America, where Swift doesn't have nearly the presence she has here in the United States. This also makes Sedef's list of most and least credible celebrity feminists a little bit suspect, considering that all of the names on it are American or English, with the notable exception of Malala Yousafzai, who is known worldwide. All of these questions would be easily answered, of course, by looking at the actual study, something that I always do when reading about a study in a popular mainstream media outlet. This is where I ran into even more questions, though. The Independent doesn't describe what journal the study was published in, or if it was published at all, or if it even has a title. They only link to Sedef's quite slick website, where he himself only links to other mainstream news outlets, if you can call things like Glamour magazine news outlets. He has links where he interviews with Glamour to tell them what sexy is, or with Business Insider, where he warns that Victoria's Secret is losing relevance, or The Today Show, where he shares his deep thoughts about Justin Bieber. Nowhere on his website does he list any publications. His Wikipedia page, which was created by a user whose entire history is dedicated almost solely to creating that page, is similarly barren. No links to any publications, although he is revealed to have paid to have a fully kitted out IMDb page where we can see that he was once on an episode of El Dorado and also that he's an Aries. After some exhaustive Googling, I could only find a single paper of his, and it was a marketing case study of Victoria's Secret. I wanted to read it anyway, but when I tried to open it, I got a warning, and I didn't want to accidentally download a virus or something, so I figured I would skip it. In other words, there doesn't appear to be any study that this article is based on. There might be a survey of some kind, but the data from it is completely hidden, not peer-reviewed, and most definitely not scientifically rigorous. To put it even more simply, this is bullshit. So well done to Sedef for using his marketing know-how to trick the Independent into running his bullshit as science, but please don't use this as a reason to bash female celebrities who speak up about feminist issues. I assure you that there are many intersectional feminists that are already hard at work criticizing that particularly privileged brand of white feminism.